So I want to talk about some things in Deadlock that you are possibly doing wrong and basically how to lane, right? Because a lot of players that are new to this game, usually they get access and then they just go in here, they start laning. They're like, okay, we got to kill the minions really, really quick, which of course you should do as, per usual. But they don't really shoot the enemy. They kind of just stay in lane. They shoot the minions and they try to get the souls, and then the enemy is just, blowing them away. They're shooting them over and over again. They're low HP, and then they usually, end up dying and stuff like that. So we're just going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about lane control and also how to get the most souls while there is no lane. That's always helpful as well to know, and some other stuff like that. So if you guys do enjoy this video, leave a like on the video and make sure to subscribe button as well. I'll be doing tons of content on this channel about Deadlock and everything like that. So let's get right into it. The first things first is minions, right? So usually minions, I'm not really going to be shooting the minions as much. I would rather shoot the enemies to start off the bat, right? So say if you just got to lane, right, the game just started, or if the minions are just coming out of lane or whatever, you're always going to want to be shooting the players and trying to shoot the players the most you can, because you want to have that health advantage above them. You don't want them to have the health advantage at all. So you're going to be wanting to do that, right? Of course, the minions are very important as well. You're going to want to go for denies as well. What usually I do, at least on Haze or any hero, just works. I shoot the players, and I wait until our minions, basically our allied minions, get low HP. Wait until they get low HP, keep shooting the players, make sure I have enough ammo in my mag, and then I go for a deny on one of the souls that the enemies, the other team in the lane, they try to get that soul that's gonna pop out of your minion. You deny it, and there you go, you have some more souls. And that's kind of how you stay up, is make sure you're always denying the souls as much as you can. And then also you let the minions fight until the enemy's minion gets a little low, and then you start spraying it. Or if it's like near one shot, you start spraying it, then go for the confirm soul so they can't deny it. So like that's basically what you want to do. First off, you're shooting the players, and then you're going after souls. That's kind of my rhythm I go in every single game, to try to maximize the damage on the players and then also maximize these souls as well. You can use the stairs right here as well. You can kind of spam crouch, or you can just crouch down like this and get some unlimited ammo. That'll help you collecting the souls, and also maybe doing some damage on players to have extra souls, so you don't need to reload all the time. You can just shoot that soul and keep shooting. You're getting low on ammo, right? I'm getting 7, I'm at 5, and then go down here, confirm the soul, and then you're able to maybe shoot again or confirm another soul or deny or something like that on your minions, right? So that's always good. So another thing is, I see a lot of players do that are new to this game. They after the minions are gone, they don't move from this lane, right? They stay in this lane forever, and it's very annoying, because I'm like, okay, once the minions are gone, you can fight the other players. Yes, you can put some damage on them, but usually you want to go over to the camps, right? For mid lane, at least, you got to camp over here. So usually I come over here, I break these boxes, by the way. So what I'm usually doing is dashing over, sliding into the boxes, or just running in and meleeing them once or shooting them, and then come over here, clear this camp out, and then heading all the way over here when these spawn as well. So you can clear that out quick and then go back to fighting minions, fighting the players, or you can come over here to this other camp as well, break the box. And you're going to see a trend of me doing this is breaking a bunch of these boxes and the Buddhas, because they keep respawning in the game and they give you permanent stats in the game once you're alive, of course, right? So you're always going to want to break those. Those are basically a necessity when you are kind of going through the camps and then also returning to your lane. Come over here, destroy this lane, and then go back if your teammate needs help. You don't really want to leave for too long, because if you do, then your teammate is going to need a lot of help. This is kind of just the basics a lot of players don't really do when the minions are out of the lane. They kind of just sit around right here, and they just wait and waste some time, when you can go you can go and hit some boxes, or you can go over here, kill the two, boxes right here basically, and then kill the camp, and then have some more souls there. That's kind of how you maximize the souls. You can even if the minions are gone right here and the players are not really advancing, you can go break these boxes. Like I said, if the camp's gone as well, you already destroyed it, you can break these boxes, you can jump up here, break all of this. You can even boost up here, break these right here as well, and then take this lift into mid lane, slide over here, take that, and then bounce back. And then by the time you get back, all the minions should be back fighting again, and then also the players should be here as well. If they're not, then just clear out the camps and try to advance onto the Guardian, right? So that's basically the gist of what I do, at least, to try to maximize everything. You can also go for the bridge buffs as well, which is down here where my cursor is. In the mini map, I do have a HUD that is on Game Banana. You can download and it tells you the time. So this is like the times for every single bridge buff. It's going to come up in every 5 minutes. So it's going to be easier for when it comes up, it counts down. You don't get banned for anything. It's literally legal because Valve literally said that they allow mods and everything. So it's perfectly fine to use. It also tells you the spawns of the boss and everything like that. But it's very nice to also, like, you know, if you have a teammate over here, just make sure you tell him, let him know that you're going for the bridge buff, whatever bridge buff you go to. And then, you know, be like, hey, I'm going for the bridge buff. Be careful. Don't push too much. And then head over here. You know, there's also this as well that comes later in the game a little bit. You can break the jukebox. Just be careful because people will come over here and try to, you know, gank you and try to kill you and stuff like that while you're doing this, especially this one. But usually if you get this Sinner's Sacrifice, it's really good for more stats. I come over here, and then there's a Buddha right here as well. You can even, like, you know, kind of jump boost into it, which is very nice. I usually slide into these, kill these really quick, but usually when the buff is up, I just go right up, and then I melee from here, and then there you go. You know, I melee from there, get that really quick, then go down here, break these, just so I can confirm the bridge buff. And then just start sprinting over here. If you have the movement, that's going to be easier, of course. But start sprinting over here, break these boxes again. If that camp's not up, slide over here. And this is kind of the route, you know, slide into that. And then this is the kind of the route I take to get back. So very nice, very, very nice. And that's basically how you kind of stay up in the soul game. You know, other than that, you're wanting to fight these players. You want to put as much damage as you can possibly into the enemy players when it's early game, especially to try to get them low enough HP where you can get an early kill on them maybe, or you can, like, you know, parry their melee or something like that, you know, anything. But main things you're doing is getting all the boxes, keep getting the boxes when they respawn, and you know, going through the map. You're kind of being like doing like a fluid motion through the map while you're getting everything, right? Like I said, break the boxes, kill the camp, you know, go get the boxes over there, jump through the boot over there, get the bridge buff or the one over here as well. And it's like the rinse and repeat cycle of just like being very fluid, like I keep saying, and to, you know, maximize your soul gain, because those boxes do get a lot of souls, and then they also give, you know, some buffs here and there, which is like plus 2% fire rate, which is really good. Even starting lane, it's very, very good, right? When they respawn and they get here, you can just, like, you know, shred the enemies if you have enough buffs, you know. So it's all about that, which is very, very nice. You can also go and steal some buffs, but it depends on what character you are. Like if you're on Haze, at least, it's going to be way easier to get over here, try to steal these really quick, you know, fight a little bit, maybe dip out, or even steal their sacrifice and things like that. But usually what I'm looking for is breaking as many boxes as possible, and then also, you know, trying to steal camps and making sure I'm watching the mini map as to when the triangles come back, like the small camps, so you can go and kill them, right? So that's basically what I do. Same thing with the other lanes. Basically, it's just a little bit different, of course, because you have other, you know, other ways of farming. You know, like this lane, you have this little camp right here you can farm on that side, at least. The other side, you have a bigger camp, but it's kind of like the same premise, right? You want to go for bridge buff, let your teammate know, stay back and try to stay safe. There's also other ways of getting into other lanes as well. You don't have to go all the way back to base. Like you can, it just takes more time, right? So if you jump on this, crouch, jump, you can even dash, keep that momentum going, dash right here, slide into the little lift, jump again, try to get a little boost off of this. Dash comes up quick enough, you can even, you know, jump over this or boost off this wall if I do it correctly. But that's kind of like a little line you can get over here to, you know, get over to green lane way quicker and help out your green lane as well. A lot of players don't really know these kind of, you know, jumps and kind of routes to go, and that's kind of like a good example of a route. Yeah, you're basically using the walls, you're dashing into the walls, you're trying to get a little boost, and then you're, you know, jumping and just trying to float yourself over to the other lane. And it's very useful because you don't have to go, you know, through the whole base and then come all the way back over here, which is very annoying after a while. It just wastes a lot of time, right? It wastes tons and tons of time. There's also other things that people don't know about, like, you know, maybe like a smaller one would be to maximize the time for the sacrifice boxes, right? So like if you come up here, and some people do it, I don't really do it as much, but if you come up here and you punch this one first, then you break this one fully, you go back to this one, you punch it more, you save like a second or something like that. You save a little tiny bit. It's weird, but you know, you kill this one basically faster than that one. Other than that, like I'm saying, other than that, like I said, these side lanes are kind of the same thing. You also want to usually get healing right for kind of almost any hero. Some heroes don't have certain builds with healing right or like extra health or something. You always want to kind of get something like that, like the active, because it will keep you alive longer. You want to try to stay alive as long as you possibly can without dying, of course, in lane to maximize your souls, right? You're basically racing the other enemy for souls and upgrades so you can kill them, right? Obviously, that's the whole game. So you want to be careful, and you want to make sure you get those kind of healing early on healing items. Unless you're just owning them and you're killing them and you don't need it, then you don't have to get it, right? But if, like, you know, they're having a little bit of poke, or even if you're like taking a decent amount of damage, you get healing rate and extra health. You know, one of these or whatever build you're doing that says it, you know, make sure you just get one of them. So then instead of me having to go all the way back in the spawn, which is very annoying, or wait for the minions that, you know, you can kill to heal yourself a little bit, then you can just press healing right and you are good for a little bit. Make sure you hide, don't get shot, because it will cancel it, of course. But, you know, you're basically playing safe. You're trying to win your lane the best you can, and winning a lane the best you can is literally surviving, making sure you kill the Buddhas, getting as much, you know, stat bonuses as you possibly can, 5% ammo, and just overall trying your best to get more than the enemy. And that's basically how you win. You know, if you're in the green lane on this side, at least you can come over here and try to sneak the farm over here if they haven't killed it yet. Make sure you watch out for that. And it's the same thing on that side as well. On the other side, it's just the same thing over and over again. Just be playing safe, looking for an opportunity to go in and trying to kill the enemy, and then waiting for the bridge buff to come up, of course, to let your teammate know that you're going to go over there. Now, this is kind of the same thing for like late game as well. Late game, you're wanting to, you know, of course, break the boxes, you know, get the sacrifices a bunch. You know, even going down here so you don't have to go back to base. You can just go down here and buy, you know, items at the secret shop down here, which is always useful. There's even like a little jump up spot up here, by the way. I'll show you really quick. If you like jump and bounce off this wall, you can jump up in the hole. If I can do it, let's see if I can do it on the second try. There we go. I did it on the second try. So, yeah. So I have juked many people out by doing that. Instead of going to the teleport, you just do that. Get up here. But there's like a bunch of tricks in this game where you can learn like that, which is really cool. There's also like, you know, some crouch things you can do. Like if you go up on this ledge, if you jump and hold your crouch key at the top of any ledge, so when you're, you know, jump holding spacebar and you're jumping over like that, instead of just jumping over, you hold spacebar and then you hold crouch. You let go of space and you hold crouch and you get a little boost. And that's what a lot of players do. You kind of use that momentum. You can even combo it with like a water jump, so then you can go farther as well. It's just a little thing to have some movement in there as well to get away like this. So you're already into a slide and you go faster, right? But yeah, other than that, play safe. Well, especially in like mid to long game, you want to play safe as well because the respawns are going to get bigger. So, you know, instead of trying to take those fights all the time, you know, by yourself, because you will get, you know, jumped by a bunch of people, you're going to want to be careful. And usually you're going to want to wait for your teammates, at least one teammate. But if you do tons of damage like Haze or something, you can probably try to sneak a kill and try to 1v1 somebody. Just make sure you look at the mini-map and you know where everybody is. Because usually, you know, sometimes I even do it where I don't look at the mini-map and I just go for a 1v1 and then there's another player there. So make sure you know where everybody is on that mini-map from the enemies at least. See if they're in what lane. And then you can kind of calculate and know like, okay, so if I 1v1 this guy, then another guy is not going to come over, or there may be one other player at least, but not like 2 or 3, right? So that's a little bit better just knowing that at least. But other than that, you know, fight the Guardian. The Guardian has a weird thing where if you do go up to the Guardian, you get really close, you can parry it, and it'll wait a second to attack again. So, for example, if I go up to the Guardian, he's going to punch me. I can keep shooting. See, he's not shooting me, and now he's shooting at me. So, usually when someone is low HP out here and they run over to the right side, same thing on any lane, you can do that. So, say if there's a guy low HP right here, I'm like, okay, he's low HP. Let me just jump in, may parry, and then let me go. Oops, I messed up the parry, but you know what I mean. You know, you just throw your knife at him or something, or try to kill him, whatever hero you are, and you most likely get the kill if he's like one shot, and then, you know, dip out of there, of course. But yeah, that's basically what a lot of people don't do. You know, a lot of people don't do those type of things.